Welcome back to episode 7 of our Shining Force 2 playthrough. So, at the end of the last episode, we met Peter here, who's coming along with us. He's not quite a typical member of the Force yet. We'll see more on that in the first battle in this episode. But we're going to be taking him back to Mount Volcano because he hurt his wing and he needs some help getting back. We're on our new continent here in Parmesia. So, let's get a move on, huh? And here is our first battle for this episode. If I'm not mistaken... No, that's going to be the next battle, I believe. Yeah, not quite. So we've just got more of the same. There's one new enemy here, which is the vampire bat. Just a better version of the huge bat from before. And I believe instead of putting you to sleep, it poisons you. So, levels-wise, everyone's basically level 10. Slade and Jaha are pretty close, and Sarah's right there as well. And obviously you see Peter is fighting with us here, but I'm not actually able to control him yet. He just moves on his own, attacks on his own, nothing to do with me. So that'll be a little annoying to keep him at the same XP level as everyone else. But we should be able to deal with it. Yeah, you saw right there, he barely moved. We've just gotta hope the enemies get into his range, and then he goes all the way over to him. He does have a significant range. The flying characters, Peter being one of them, of course, their movement is not affected by the land effect, so they move significantly further than the characters that are on the ground. I guess we're doing a melee attack with Sarah here. Does some decent damage. We'll hang back. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. And hopefully we can get this goblin low enough and Peter can come get the kill. That would be ideal. Or you can just deal with this ooze that Slade gang couldn't deal with, unfortunately. They're hard targeting Kazin. And Peter, we'll get a first look at his attack. It's pretty good damage from him. And we'll have Jahan. Not quite kill. But he's doing some pretty nice damage now that he got his axe upgrade. And there's Kiwi with, I think, his first dodge of the playthrough. He's got a pretty cool animation going back into his shell. We really have to try and make sure we get Peter some XP. So it'll be nice if he can get a couple of these kills. They're all very low. So we'll try to give one of these to Peter and one of them to Jaha. That's, I think, the best course of action. Kazin, why didn't Sarah get a turn? What's that about? No, but Sarah's turn's right now. God dang it. That's our first death. Other than the Bowie one, of course. I gotta keep mentioning that. I wasn't gonna be able to hold off much longer, and there's Sarah's turn. Jeez. That's so unlucky. Why we really should have some healing items on other characters. But we just don't really have the inventory space for that right now. It's a worthy sacrifice. And then we saw a new spell on Sarah. She learned Blast, which is an attacking spell. So she'll be able to do a little bit more reliable damage with that if we're willing to spend that MP on it. All right, now everyone except Peter is level 10. That is perfect. We can deal with those three at the same time. It's not too big a deal. And here we'll see the vampire bat for the first time. It's the more red version of the huge bat we've seen before. We will dispatch of him pretty quickly. Don't want to risk anyone getting whatever status he gives. I'm not sure if it is poison or sleep. I know it's one of them. Now they're targeting Bowie. Why couldn't they have done that before instead of Kazin? We'll never know. It's an easy heal, though. We're doing much better damage than we were in the last battle, that's for sure. And this vampire bat uses Blaze level 2. Forgot they could do that. That's unfortunate damage for us to take. Let's try to make sure these guys don't get another turn. Gosh, darn it. Sarah's in real trouble. Oh, and he gets a second attack. This has not been a good battle for us, so I can tell you that for free. Let's try to stop the goblin from getting a turn. It's not gonna work. I'm assuming it won't at least. He'll probably get its turn right now. Attack Bowie. I can't reach. We'll just deal with the vampire bat. And here we go. We stopped the goblin. That's worth something at least. But we can't heal for the rest of the fight, which is somewhat detrimental. There we go. Peter, we're getting a little lucky with him. He's going to be getting his level 10 here. +3 attack. We're already seeing, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Peter's going to end up being our best character by, well, him and one other by a significant margin. But she is not on the team just yet. Probably not get her for a good amount of time either, if I'm being smart about things. We'll touch more on that soon, if that didn't make any sense. Alright. Slade takes 3 damage. Very, very manageable. Chester's been doing some really good damage lately. Well, the whole game, to be completely honest. Which is quite uncharacteristic of him. There's a nice little level for Bowie, though. He's getting a lot of HP. There's not an ooze down here? There is. He's just afraid of us. Yeah, I don't know if Peter will be getting involved for the rest of the battle. Unless that goblin gets into his range. Oh my goodness, that's so annoying. It wouldn't be too bad if we still had Sarah around, but we don't. It's another level for Chester. Yeah, Peter will be getting in on his next turn, I think. You gotta keep Chester a little bit back. He's in a little bit of danger. And Kiwi's gonna go down as well here to the Blaze too. He is not very resistant to magic with his very, very low HP. 3 deaths in the first battle we have any deaths in. That is very annoying. But there's not much we can do about it, so. It's annoying. I'm pretty sure this vampire bat is a boss, so I don't want to kill it. Well, we'll see, because that's where Peter's going straight in. It wasn't. And that's perfect. Another kill for Peter anyways. Chester is in some grave danger. Never mind, he's got high enough defense to deal with that. All right, and we'll give. Well, I guess Peter will get one of these kills. Slater Kiwi will get the other. It's already level 11 for Pete. He is zooming with us. Forgot Kiwi died. I'll give this to Jaha. There's level 11 for him. All right. Alrighty. And we're making our way to this town up here. And this guy will stop us. Saying we're a spy from the new town. We're back again, so something like this has happened already. All the doors in this town are locked. Because they're afraid of us. So we can't get in anywhere. But here's the mayor. Questioning us for some unknown reason. There were some soldiers that were just here. I don't know how we're impolite and violent. We haven't attacked anyone. We've only been attacked. And Peter's mad that Bowie doesn't have any lines in this game. Not very many, at least. So Peter's gonna take control. Here's Peter talking on our behalf. This will basically be the rest of the game. Peter just speaks for us. But yeah, he's explaining our situation. And all it took to become allies with this place was Peter telling him to cool it. Anyway, so this is Ribble. There's a few interesting things here. For example, a little bit of mithril. And these guys have some interesting dialogue. His dad went to the cave in the north. You remember the one that's covered up. But says he's not worried. He's very strong. We're gonna be meeting that kid's dad at some point. This guy's looking for a hidden door. A hidden door. Must be near this tree. If you check right here, there's a hollow. There's a hollow to put something into. We don't have anything to put there right now, but this guy says Ribble has ancient ruins. This seems pretty important. I don't know about you. There's a bright honey in this pot. It's another stat boosting item. Seems like all the men in this town have left to work. This guy brings up Hassan. We'll be going to Hassan. It's a town. It is to the south of here. But there's currently a reason not many people have been making their way down there. A little cutscene here, just them telling us how to get to Mount Volcano. Unless they don't want us to go through this cave. Because you can't see anything inside there. Unfortunately, it's the only way through. And we will be going through that cave. And a little new weapon type here, the wooden arrow. We'll be seeing who gets to use that in just a second, actually. The last thing we have to do in Ribble. Come right down here. And who is this? People in this village are cowards, and they never go adventuring. And she's gonna join us, May the Ranger. So May is actually one of my favorite characters in the game. She does some pretty good damage. You see, she's up there at 24, which isn't, top of the line, but it's nothing to scoff at. And she attacks eventually from 3 spaces away, which obviously is incredibly helpful. Anyways, we need to bring our exhausted back into the fight. And you'll see here the amount of gold it costs is just their level times 10. So I have to do that for Sarah, Kazan, and Kiwi. So you can see if we take too many deaths, it can get pretty costly. But yeah, at this point in the game, especially going forward, we're not going to be able to entirely ignore the deaths we'll be facing. So we'll make our way out of Ribble. And, well, I think we're just going to call the episode here. Might get ourselves into another battle. We can check out these ruins, actually. Talk to this guy. He's Passaran of Ribble, studying the ancient petroglyphs. And there's a name drop for you, Road. So I told this kid about an ancient family who has an ancient tomb in Parmesia. So we gotta go find this guy's house in the east, so we can learn more about these ancient ruins. And as you can see, this map is getting a lot more expansive as we go on. But here we get into another battle, and this is where we're going to call it for the episode. And we'll keep going on our way to Mount Volcano with Peter when we resume in the next one. So I thank all you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.